crack a Croy one with the boys.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, it tastes alright.
Yeah. So today we're drinking black cherry flavored White Claw.
So last time was White Claw. And when I put it on the list, I didn't know that it had more than one flavor.
Yeah.
So I think because we don't want this to become, an alcohol drinking podcast,
yeah.
keep it.
It's for the
seltzer,
children.
yeah.
Yeah, for the children, man.
We're not going to put all the flavors on there. We're just going to put White Claw.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is that we have a list from like the best flavor to worst.
Yes.
Based on internet research. Yeah, I think we should start at the best, give us a fighting chance, and then slowly deteriorate.
Until we get to the pure LaCroix.
Yes. Or pure White Claw.
Yeah, that's what I meant, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's introduce ourselves. So,
I'm Lauren.
I'm Alana.
And we're the LaCroix Boys.
Next we're gonna rank our, we're both sick, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not the audio, it's our voices, because also, my taste from this is kind of muddied from the cough drop that I was just eating.
That's
so I'm like, I can't tell how much I like it because the cough drop. But I like black cherry because I like black cherry soda. That's like my favorite kind of soda.
It's drinkable.
Yeah, it definitely is drinkable. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's more drinkable than beer. Like, if I had a choice between this and beer, I'd definitely choose the White Claw.
Yeah. What's the alcohol? So it's 5% alcohol content,
Mm-hmm.
So...
It's not bad.
And we're both not the biggest fans of alcohol, so
yeah,
it kind of runs in the theme of drinks that we don't like.
That's true. It's a combination of two things you're not a big fan of.
So far, we had the pure LaCroix, we had the lemon.
Yes, and so right now our rankings are lemon, number 1, pure is number 2. Let's see. So where would you like to put this, Lauren? It's hard for me.
I think I kind of like the lemon better.
Well, sure, we'll do that. Because it's hard for me, like, literally, I can't tell. Like, it's literally so hard for me to tell because of the cough drop that, like, I'm like, sure, that's fine if we put it under lemon.
Normally we do the podcast in the middle of the night because that's when it's quiet.
That's true. But
we have 2 dogs in this room with us. And, one barks incessantly.
Yes, and likes to bark at their reflections. So, and unfortunately, there's a mirror right behind us.
Yeah.
But there's a blanket on the cage, so it'll probably be all right.
Hopefully, this won't become a regular thing, though.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get back to recording when we normally record.
For the second week in a row, I got to choose. What was chosen was the last minute choice, which is the Charlie Bone books.
Yeah.
I didn't really remember these books that much, but I did read them when I was in high school again. I did a lot. I watched a lot of shows, read a lot of books.
Yeah, me too. I read a lot of books in high school.
And it's a children's book. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's very reminiscent of Harry Potter because it's like British.
It's British and there's like a boarding school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like houses basically.
Although I did look it up.
Yeah.
I think, like, kind of the houses kind of thing.
Is just like a British thing?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
So I will give them that it's not really a ripoff.
Yeah.
Besides us British and magic schoolboys. That's about it. Also, I introduced the series to my mom, and she likes children things suited to children, just because they're kind of innocent and less complicated. Yeah. Like, in a way that's like, you're a busy woman, working woman. You don't have time to think about all these theories, to delve into all these fantasy worlds.
That's true. But
anyway, we would also read or listen to the audiobooks while going on car trips. That was one of our go-to books.
Yeah. But I don't have anything like I literally knew nothing about this going in, so... Yeah, so I have some opinions about it. I won't say good or bad, but yeah. So we only read the first 2 books. I don't know, how many books are there? Like 6
I think
or
there's
something?
8.
Oh, 8.
Or 7. Yeah. I think there's 8. So again, I didn't remember. And you were going to start off just reading the first book, but really not much happened in it.
Mm-hmm.
And like all the things that I really liked about it didn't show up.
Yeah.
Alana was very a good sport. She was a good sport.
Yeah.
We decided to read the second book.
Yeah.
Very last minute.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one we read was Midnight for Charlie Bone. And this is the Wikipedia summary. In the first novel, 10-year-old Charlie Bone discovers that he has a special power. After accidentally encountering a photograph of a missing baby, Charlie begins to hear the voices of people in photographs. He discovers that he is a descendant of the Red King, who was an ancient magician. Many of the Red King's descendants are endowed with magical powers. His cruel and uncaring grandmother Bone and her 3 evil sisters sent him to Blor's Academy, where many endowed children study. With the help of a mysterious man named Mr. Onimus and his magical cats, Charlie returns the photograph of the missing baby to its rightful owner, a bookstore owner named Julia Ingledew. Julia asks Charlie to find her missing Emma, who was traded for a mysterious briefcase by her brother-in-law. Emma, now 10, is kept at Blor's Academy and trapped under hypnosis by an endowed student, Manfred Blor. With the help of Charlie's friend Benjamin and the loyal dog Runner Beam, as well as some of his family members, Charlie rescues Emma and discovers that his father is still alive, but also hypnotized by Manfred.
So for me, the first one, the few notes that I did write, mostly my problem was that it took way too long to start. A lot of it's like in the beginning, the very beginning is basically Charlie finding out that he can listen to the photographs or whatever. And then from there, it's like they're running around and he's like, I don't want to go to Blur's. It's just a lot of, like, I don't know. It feels like filler to an extent. Like, I understand that they're trying to, like, develop the characters and stuff like that, but it's just kind of really boring. And then, like, I feel like it was like a quarter of the way through the book. Then they finally get to Blur's. And then this is a problem that I have with like the whole series, honestly. But some of it's just like really random. Like it's random in a way that I hate to compare it to Harry Potter, but I'm going to compare it to Harry Potter because they are 2 different things. But like there's stuff in it that's so random. Like the whole maze thing. I felt like that was really random at the end. Because that was after Emma got saved too. Like, this would have made more sense to happen, like, in the beginning, honestly, when he got to Blor's, like, after they came back from, the break or whatever. That would have made more sense. Anyway, that's my short thing, is that, oh yeah, and also I think there's too many characters. They introduced too many characters at a time, and I had a hard time remembering all the characters. In the beginning, it was fine, but then they just started introducing all, like, the endowed children, and then I'm just like, there's so many characters, which to me it's just a little too much. But it was okay. It wasn't bad. Like I wasn't like I hate this, but there are just some things that I'm just like, eh.
I mean, I mostly agree. Like I think not much happened for like a long book.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the characters. I guess I would kind of disagree that there were too many characters introduced. Like, I don't think there was pressure to memorize the people that much. I think they know, because, like, in the beginning of each book, it, like, tells you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just, like, important to know that there are, like, 5 good people, okay. 5 bad people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe know, like, the extent of what the powers are, but not, like, their names. You don't need to know how they're related.
I do appreciate that, like, in the beginning of the second book, they give you a rundown of everyone. I guess, like, to me, and this is maybe just from my perspective, the reason why I thought there were too many characters being introduced was because I thought that they made it seem like they were important, because, like, the way that they're like, here's, like, these children that are in this room, and so to me, it signified, oh, these are important characters. I have to know who these characters are, but there's so many of them, and Charlie doesn't really talk to most of them. That's why I was like, there's too many, because it's like, I'm not going to remember all of these characters.
I guess that's true. Like, they introduced them all at once.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, like, a random name.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was a nice, easy read, innocent book.
Definitely.
And I thought that it had an interesting world and mysteries despite how it was written.
Yeah.
And again, as I've said, you just got characters, you got interesting plot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much there. So we can move on to the next book.
Yeah, we can do book 2.
So the second one is called Charlie Bone and the Time Twister. So the Wikipedia summary is, in 1916, Charlie's great-great-uncle Henry Ubeam is tricked into looking into the Time Twister while staying with his jealous cousin Ezekiel Bloor. The Time Twister takes Henry from 1916 to present day without aging him. Charlie at Bloor's Academy witnesses his appearance and takes him to Pilgrim's room. However, the dog Blessed also sees this and tells Billy Raven, an orphan who can communicate with animals and is acting as a spy for Ezekiel in return for a chance to be adopted. Ezekiel orders Billy to bring Henry to him. At midnight, Charlie goes down to the kitchens to find Cook, but comes across Henry directly. Henry says that he had met a small lady in black who had given him tea and sweets. It turns out the lady in black is Manfred Bloor's mother, who is cursed and can never leave the castle. Together they devise a plan. Henry will go in one of the canteen's freezers until the temperature is the same as winter in 1916, then look at the Time Twister and be transported back. Charlie will keep checking that he's still breathing. However, when they put their plan into action, the freezer door freezes shut.
Oh no.
Hearing Charlie shout out, Cook comes running and manages to heave the door open, revealing Henry, who has turned blue and fainted of hypothermia. They take him back to Cook's top secret quarters, where the flames, their cats, the cats, help revive him. Charlie then returns to his dormitory with the magical torch that Cook gives him, which shows up details that aren't usually visible. I don't remember the magical torch that much.
Oh yeah, I don't at all either. I remember... Well, you can keep reading and go back to that.
Cook threatens Blessed not to tell Billy about her secret home or Henry. On his return to the dormitory, Charlie finds Billy, who has apparently been bribed with cocoa. Charlie and his friends devise a plan to help Manfred's mother. She escapes through the Time Twister, while Charlie and his uncle take Henry to live with his younger brother and Panton's father, James, by the sea. Yep, that's it.
All right. I was going to say about the torch thing, or as we in the U.S. say, a flashlight. What was I going to say? I do remember him getting a flashlight confiscated by his aunt or something. I was wandering around. That's all I remember. So I did like this one more. I liked how it started off more. It's more interesting. It was time travel. I had problems with the time travel. But, to me, I realized that this book just wasn't for me. Because I like children's books. I like reading these kinds of books. I don't know what it is about these books, but it's just not for me personally.
So you know how J.K. Rowling wrote the series or whatever?
Yeah.
And now she's coming out with all these backstories for people.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Jenny Nemo, the author of the book, kind of just decided not to do the extra book. And she has all these interesting backstories for all these characters. Mm-hmm. And she just kind of throws them in there. And it could be random. And it could be a lot to remember. And it could be confusing and irrelevant.
Because was it in the car that I was telling you that? No, I was just telling you where I was in the book. Because there's one point where the
Cook.
The Cook thing was... Yeah, the Cook thing, but also the lady in black. I don't know. I wrote Black Lady Bloor. That's what I called her. But Black Lady Bloor, when she has to get the glove off of... Was it Gabriel?
Yeah.
She has to get the glove off of Gabriel. She just was and then she told him her backstory. Literally, that's how they introduced it. It was so random. That's not how normal people interact, and I just felt like it was really weird. The Cook thing, I was almost a little more okay with because they know Cook more, whereas, Lady Bloor...
Yeah, and they kept saying, there was a random ghost, lady throughout the hall.
Oh, yeah, that was weird, too. And
I guess if it was introduced later, maybe if we actually, saw the ghost-like figure and then they talked about it after he asked, And then, like, a little bit later, we just mention that she's Manfred's mother.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
But my other problem, I remember this because I guess it was Charlie, whoever saw Lady Bloor or whatever. And then, like, then they just, like, dropped the subject. They're like, oh, that's the ghost lady. And then they kept going on. And I'm like, aren't you going to be like, what do you mean that's the ghost lady? Like, it was just really weird.
And I'm like, I'm not sure. Everybody in the school, everybody in the town just seems to accept all these magical powers.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But maybe it's just, like, a different dimension where that's kind of, like, I don't know, the norm, I guess. And then, like, one of the other things that I had a problem with was that it's just kind of like, and this is what I felt from the second book, too. It's just kind of like them going from place to place. I feel like with Harry Potter, there's, like, the big bad thing that's happening in the school that kind of gathers the reason that they're, like, doing stuff. But, like, with this, it's weird. It's weird because they do have that. Because, like, in the first book, it's Emma. In the second book, it's Henry. But for some reason, they're still going to, like, it just seems, I don't know. I don't know why it seems so random, but it always seems random whenever they're going places.
I think it's also because during the school week, they sleep at the school.
Right.
And then at the weekend...
Yeah. They go home.
Yeah, but that's normally when they do most of their scheming. And, like, basically, the school part is only for them to meet up and give each other, like, the lowdown on what happened on the weekend and then go to the weekend. And then, you know, I guess maybe talk to Billy Raven, who's a spy.
Yeah.
Although we get to see him a lot over the weekend, too.
Yeah.
So I do agree that that's kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't know. And I also have a problem with the writing. I feel like sometimes the writing gives too many random details. Like, I like details because I like the pictures and stuff. But I remember there was this one specific line. This was near the end of the book. And they were, like, they went through the Pets Cafe or whatever. And was it Mr. Ominous? They brought him all the way back to the door. That's like a Alice in Wonderland door or whatever. And they're trying to get back through the door or whatever. Like, it was just some random sentences. It's just, like, little stuff like that. Sometimes the details are so random, and I don't understand why they're in there. Like, I would have cut it out as an editor. I
remember they mentioned that the Pets Cafe was against, like, an ancient wall. And, like, they didn't... I'm not sure how much they needed that detail, but I could tell that she really wanted to put it in because she had some lore that she just wanted to dish out about how it's connected to the school, how it's been there since the end of time. It's probably inherited by their family.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Maybe some things are meant to be secret.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like she definitely, the writer,
has some big ideas. Jenny Nemo.
Jenny Nemo. She has a lot of ideas. She has a lot of details she wants to put in there.
Yeah, I fear that if I were a writer, I would be like her.
Oh, yeah. I could be your editor, and I'll just cut everything out. I'd be like, don't need that.
I'd probably cry.
Yeah, that's true.
I think part of it is that they probably want to push him out. Because this was happening I think it was like 2002 to 2009. So it was happening like with the Harry Potter books. So they probably just wanted to push him out.
Yeah.
And it was probably successful, very successful.
Yeah, I think it is. I feel like most people know of Charlie Bone. They might not have read it, but they know of the books.
Really?
Yeah, why did you think they don't know it?
I don't know. I didn't know it before I read it.
Oh, I've seen them around. I just never read them because it just didn't seem like it was for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then one last thing that I have to say about book 2, which really bothered me, was I don't know how the time travel fixed the Lady Bloor's hand. How did it fix her hand? It didn't make sense. Because they're like, you can go back in time, and then you can go back to a time where your hand's not broken, so she can play the violin or whatever. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
I feel like when they first proposed it, I thought maybe she would go back to her past self and then stop her, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but then her current self would disappear, right? Because the current self of her hand being broken would be gone. So, like, her current self, her hand's broken, but if she went back in the past to stop her hand being broken, then her current self of her hand being broken would be I guess. No.
I don't know what the proposed time travel theories are, but like, do they have any rules? They basically said don't go back to where you would like change too much in the past.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember that many rules. It was weird because it was vague. It was like you can't. It was almost like they were like you can't do it.
Yeah, they almost made it sound like it was physically impossible.
Yeah, they were like you gotta go forward.
I think it was just ill-advised.
Yeah.
But a theory that maybe they created a separate time stream. So
like
the original,
like Avengers.
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't remember.
Okay.
I didn't try to focus that hard on it. But so the original time stream, she broke her hand or whatever, and then she would go back in time to a certain point on that time stream, right? Mm-hmm. So then she would fix the hand.
Sure.
So, I don't know, maybe it would correct that time stream, but that loop would still be intact with her memories, but her body would would be
kinda
with that.
Was it Inception or something? No, not Inception. It's Looper.
Oh, I don't know. I watched Looper. I think I might have watched it while doing something else, and I don't remember.
Yeah, that would kind of muddy things up.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
Gordon-Levitt. Gord.
He's in there.
Well, do you have any theories about where's Charlie's father?
They said he was a tree, didn't they?
No. That's the Red King. The Red King's a tree.
Oh.
The ancient ancestor.
I don't.
That was a magician, and that's how.
Yeah.
All of his descendants have these powers.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't interested enough to make a theory. Because I was like,
Right. So here's what we know.
Okay.
He was heavily hypnotized, right?
Yes.
Patton said for some reason that they kept him close. So he's close by and he's heavily hypnotized. Yeah. So what do you think, huh? Heavily hypnotized. Okay, so...
It's Billy.
No. No, that's not true.
I know it's not Billy. I was just joking.
Oh yeah, he was a musician. Did you know that he was a musician?
Is it one of their teachers?
Yeah.
Is it the piano man?
Yeah. What's his name, Alana?
I don't remember.
It starts with a P for piano man. Mr.
I'm not gonna remember.
Alright, Mr. Pilgrim.
Yeah, that's all familiar.
Yeah, that's his dad.
Okay. Yeah, it was weird. I do remember the scenes with him being weird, because he'd be like,
Charlie, the boy, you got to save the boy.
He seems weird. He seems like he's out of it.
Yeah.
So I like I said, I vaguely remember some of the stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just because the scene was so weird with the piano that was like, that's how I remembered it. Are there any other?
Nah.
Alright, so, character rankings real quick.
Decided to do a new format that was less convoluted.
Yes, so it's not too long.
So we're gonna give an award for the best boy, our favorite character, male or female.
Yes, they're all boys in our eyes.
Yes. And then the Croy boy, who's the worst boy.
Yeah, because we don't like LaCroix.
Yeah. They're the nastiest boy. They leave a bad taste in our mouth.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I have 3. My number 1, so this is a good best boy or whatever.
Yes.
So best boy, I did Uncle Peyton because he reminded me of Sirius Black a lot. I thought he was one of the most useful characters. So I feel like I just liked him a lot. And then you also have, but I also feel like he had a lot of good flaws. He can control his powers. He had that kind of, I won't go as far as say cute, but he had that crush on Emma's aunt or whatever.
Yes, yeah. Miss Ingledew, the library bookshop lady.
Yeah. So I liked him. I thought he had a lot going on that was interesting. And then for my other 2 ones, I did Olivia because she seems kind of cool, and I like her style. I thought it was interesting that for some reason she was always wearing high heels. I thought that was a little weird.
Oh, okay.
And then she switches to other high heels. And then eventually she switches to other shoes. But anyway, but she has cool hair colors and stuff, and that's fun. Mm-hmm. Although at some point she doesn't have hair color, but it's whatever. And then my other honorary award goes to Cook. Because I like Cook. I feel like, again, she's another helpful character. Her backstory, how it comes along, is kind of random, but I thought it was fine. And like I said, I just think that she was a good ally to Charlie, so I liked her.
My best boy is also Uncle Peyton.
Oh.
Yeah. I moved some things around, though.
Okay.
I thought, he was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated his, character developments.
Yeah,
how he was, passive in the beginning, and he really had to, figure out when was the time to strike.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
go against his sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And, he does a lot of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And his backstory, his motivation is pretty sound.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of relatable moments as well.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot of him,
mm-hmm.
which definitely helped.
Mm-hmm.
Cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, pretty well-rounded character dude.
Yep.
And then my honorable mentions. Number 1, Fidelio.
Oh, Fido.
Yeah, Fido. I appreciate him. He's so positive.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I think he's a bit of an unrealistic character.
Yeah.
But I enjoy him very much.
Yep.
I enjoyed his parents, his family.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. From the beginning, he's just cool dude all around.
Yep.
Then my next honorable mention is Benjamin Brown.
Oh.
I thought he was cool. I appreciated his presence. You need a refresher from the endowed people.
Yes.
He had kind of an interesting life story.
Yeah.
And,
his parents, the PIs.
Yes. And I thought it was kind of almost like an original character, pretty original. I appreciate Runner Bean.
Oh, yeah, I do like Runner Bean.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of his characteristics.
Yeah.
Runner Bean, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just appreciate him as a character.
All right, so here are my Croy boys, the ones that left a bad taste in my mouth. So the first one, the number one that I chose, I'm going to give my reason for it, is Billy Raven. And here's my reasoning for it. And this is based off of the 2 books that I read. It's because he kicks the dog.
Yes.
And I did not appreciate that. I thought that was not okay.
Yeah.
There's so much dog violence. In the first one, Runner Bean almost dies. And in this one, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Miracle?
Blessed.
That was my main reason for choosing.
Yeah,
I understand that he's hypnotized, but he kicked the dog. Isn't he? I thought he was.
I'm not sure. I think he's just bribed so he could get parents.
Oh, okay. I assumed that he was hypnotized. Yeah. And then for the other one I chose, this was kind of random. Because I didn't choose the the number 1 evil bad person, or the one of the aunts, because I thought that would be too obvious.
Yeah.
So I chose Zelda Doblinsky, just because she was bad and I didn't really like her. I didn't like her as a character. I didn't think she was very interesting, and she was a bad person, so that was my honorable mention. Those were my Croy boys.
Okay. So I didn't have any honorable mentions because either they were interesting enough, I didn't care about them, I had a pretty neutral feeling about them.
Yeah.
Or, I felt like, you're supposed to dislike them.
Right, yeah, that's
so
how
it
I
might
felt
make
too.
them, a better character because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the Croy boy who left the worst taste in my mouth was also Billy Raven.
Oh.
Yeah, because, I don't know, I get it. He's 7 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
He wants parents. He's been stuck in this cold academy.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know how much sympathy I'm supposed to feel for him. At this moment, halfway through the first book, you don't really feel any sympathy for him.
Yeah. Because I really thought he was hypnotized. I thought that's why he was doing all that stuff. So I was like, I kind of get it because he can't help it, but...
I don't think he was.
Wow.
And, like, you know, his power is that he could communicate with animals.
Mm-hmm.
So he did kick Blessed, and it's like, you can talk to animals. You think you would have more sympathy. And then, like, Charlie looks into this photo of some magician called Sarko.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And, like, there's a dagger on there.
Yeah.
And Billy's looking at it,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, that dagger, it could kill people. I'm like, are you supposed to tell me that I'm supposed to, like this person? Because
Right.
I'm going to tell you a spoiler.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the series, Charlie's mom and dad adopts him.
Oh, yeah, I read that in the spoilers, too.
Yeah. I guess we're supposed to like him again at some point.
Yeah.
But I just feel like from what we read, I don't want to like him. And he's also so present, like all the bad people, they're not really present quite that much.
Yeah.
Or they're like, you know, kind of have their own scenes and they're on their own element.
Mm-hmm.
But like he interacts with people so much and they're like they're just like interactions that leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. I definitely agree with that. And he's always creeping on everyone and they're like, get out of here.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if that's the best way to deal with them. Like, that made me, like, I don't know, almost dislike Charlie a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't have any honorable mentions.
Yeah, but even mine was like, I just don't like that character because I thought they were poorly written. All right, so quick, would you recommend it? So I guess I'll start first. To a child, sure. To an adult, I would probably be like, you probably won't like it. I would say, like, if they're really looking for something to read, if they haven't read anything, or if they already read everything else.
If they're a working woman who's, like, driving down an 8-hour road trip,
That's true.
and they need an audiobook, an easy listen.
Yeah.
You know, why not?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of entertaining. Again, there's some, like, fun mysteries.
Yeah.
A lot of lore,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Interesting characters.
For the most part.
Yeah, some, I meant like there are interesting characters.
Yeah.
There are some that are not, but
Yeah.
there are some.
It's a pretty cool world.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I wouldn't recommend it really to anyone less than, or anyone more than 11 years old.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. So next, let's do our quiz time.
So I think we should do, well, who do you think we should do first?
Oh.
No, let's do you first.
Okay.
Which Charlie Bone character are you? What's your age? So 18 to 24 years old.
I'm 25, Lauren.
Oh, dang
I know, I'm old. I'm an old person.
it. Female.
I am female.
If you were endowed, what would your power be? So, power booster. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Talk to animals. Picture traveler. Hypnotist. Not endowed. Or illusionist.
Probably talk to animals.
Word. Describe yourself. Kind and caring. Pure evil.
Yeah,
Short-tempered. Mysterious. Confused. Scared and worried.
It's either kind or caring or scared or worried. I'll say kind and caring.
If your friend is in trouble, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Your friends work for you so they won't be in trouble. Blackmail. Leave them. They just slow you down anyway. Break the rules to help them. Ask other people to help you rescue your friend. And you have no friends.
Oh, my friend is in trouble. That's so vague.
Want me to come up with a scenario?
Sure.
You figure out that they walked into Acme. You guys were hanging out. You're about to bring some snacks for a party.
Sure.
Your friend is short. They're reaching for the soda at the top rack.
Yeah.
And, you know, they reach for it, and then all of them fall down.
Okay.
And there's a spill on the ground.
Okay.
And then they run away.
Okay.
And then you
they
hear
run away.
Yeah, they run away from the scene.
Okay.
And, you know, they're trying to get you. They're not leaving you behind.
Okay.
And then you hear on the overcom, who did this? Someone has to pay for all this. Someone has to pay for all the soda. If you can't pay, we're gonna steal your dog.
Your dog?
Yeah, until you can pay us back.
I'd probably just give them Bella. They probably would just give Bella back. Bella's a nightmare dog.
Alright.
I would... if it was an ACME that I wouldn't go to frequently, I would break the rules to help them. Yeah, yeah, I mean, maybe I'd ask other people to help me because maybe I don't have money or something. So I'll say that. Ask other people.
Okay.
To help your friend.
You're a friend. So what do you do on the weekends? Do you go to Miss Ingledew's bookshop? Hang out at Pet's Cafe? Plot evil schemes? Meet up with your friends? Read? Or wander around school? On the weekends?
Weekends? I mean, like, because I don't know. Read is the first thing that comes to mind.
What department are you in at Boyz Academy? Art? I don't go to Boyz Academy. Drama? I'm hidden under a I'm hidden under a trap door.
What is that reference to?
There's a boy who's invisible.
Oh.
Like the next one is, I think it's called Charlie Bone and the Invisible Boy. He used to go to school, but there was this black snake that, in order for it not to have a deadly bite, it had a bite that turned people invisible.
Okay.
And it bit the boy, and now the boy lives in the attic or something.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm hidden under a trap door. They can't decide where to put me. Or music.
Art is my first.
I don't know if we explained, but Boyz Academy is where, like, so you have to be, like, good at the arts, and you, like, wear a blue cape if it's music, red, or purple if it's drama, and then green if it's for art. So you have to be good at one of those three, or you have to be endowed.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite color? And they list multiple colors. So 1, blue and green, then red and blacks, then blacks and grays, then bright colors, then dark purples and reds, and then browns and yellows.
I like blue, but I'm not like the biggest fan of green and blue. So I'll just say reds and blacks.
Alright,
because I like red and black together.
So where do you live? Do you live in a house? A barn? At Wars? In a bookshop? A Pet's Cafe? Or locked in a room? How about like your soul animal? But like your soul habitat?
My soul habitat. Probably a bookshop then.
Okay. If you could have one wish, what would it be? World peace? Have a family?
Go ahead. Keep going.
I have everything I want. To be the greatest actress. To find your dad. Or for Charlie Bone to stop whining.
That was the one I read. I was like...
Yeah, I read it halfway through.
I was like, alright. World peace.
Oh, wow. What's your current mood? This is a long... Oh, there's only 2 questions. Mad, scared, happy-go-lucky, worried, or sad?
I guess happy-go-lucky. I'm not any... All of them are...
You almost said you were scared a lot.
I definitely did not.
Scared and worried.
Oh, no, but that was like... What was that? That was like in general, right? Describe yourself.
Yeah. Okay. What type of pet do you have? A dog, a fish, a bird, a white moth? Oh, yeah. So Charlie, you know that he got a wand at the end from Scarpo? And Manfred burned it.
Oh, okay.
And it turned into a white moth. Anyway, so a white moth, a gerbil, or a cat?
I'll just say a dog.
Alright.
I don't have any animal right now.
Alright. Are you sure of all your answers?
Yep.
Here we go. Oh, you're 86% Billy Raven.
Oh no! That's not fair.
So you're afraid of making your own choices. You have problems deciding what's right and which is wrong. You do all you can to help your friends unless something lures you away. But in the end, you're loyal to your friends. So it gives percentages for other people. So your next highest one is Olivia
Okay.
at 64%. You were 86% Billy Raven. I think it's because of the powers thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming that's what it was.
And a lot of the animal choices. Then your Uncle Peyton.
All right.
60%. Charlie Bone, 58.
Mm-hmm.
So 29% Manfred Bohr, so
Okay.
not most.
Yeah.
And then 5% Grandma Bone.
Yeah.
Then 5% Asa Pike.
Sure.
And then Dagbert Endless.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That means nothing to me.
He's a bad guy.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if that's all the characters that they have for who you're gonna be.
All right, sure. That's not a wide range.
No, it's not. Well, I don't think we have time for me to take the quiz.
You can just do it real fast, and then you don't have to read it. You can just say your answers real quick.
All right. So I'm 18 to 24 years old. I am also female. My power would be I'd be a picture traveler because I like TV.
That's true. And you know that about you.
I'm gonna describe myself as confused.
That's fair.
My friend was in trouble. They spilled all the soda.
Yeah, the soda.
And their dog was taken hostage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess ask other people. What do I do on the weekends? I guess I read too. So what would I be at Bloor's Academy?
I was gonna say music.
Okay.
Because you play the trumpet.
Well, you play the flute.
Yeah, but you play the trumpet longer than I have. Like, I was never in marching band.
That wasn't that great.
Oh.
I got first chair because I cried in my audition.
Okay.
That's all I'll say about that. My favorite color, probably dark purples and reds.
Mm-hmm.
I would live my spirit habitat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Not soul animal, spirit animal.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. It's probably a boring house.
Oh, okay.
A boring, yet cozy house. I'm allergic to animals, so it can't be the pet cat.
Okay.
If you had one wish, Charlie Bone to stop. Oh, winning! I thought it said whining.
Me too. You made it think. Yeah, because I was confused.
Winning.
I know. I was confused. I was gonna say I thought it was winning.
He doesn't deserve to win so much.
Okay.
No, I don't want to be Grandma Bone.
Yeah.
You're
gonna do. Stop.
I'm gonna write have a family.
Oh, okay.
My current mood, I guess, is happy-go-lucky. I have a dog for a pet. All right. I'm 74% Billy Raven.
We're all Billy Ravens.
Although I am 61% Charlie Bone. I'm a protagonist.
I feel like they weigh the power really heavily in this quiz.
What power did I say? I said picture.
Yeah. So.
Then Asa Pike. He's pretty bad. He's a werewolf man. I don't know if you got that.
Oh, I do remember the werewolf man from the first book when they're doing the maze thing.
Yeah, he's a werewolf man.
Yeah. I vaguely remember.
Then I'm 38% Uncle Peyton. Well, I guess, so mainly I'm just Billy Raven and Charlie Bone, because the rest is less than
50%.
Yeah. So I think those are the only characters that they have for who you can be.
Yeah.
Out of the long list of characters, I really couldn't find a good quiz.
That's all right. It was interesting. It's a good time. All right. So next we're gonna do our new LaCroix first, and let's see what we're gonna get. Okay. So our next one is Barry.
Cool.
That one could be good. I'm excited about it.
I'm slightly positive about it.
So for our story hat for the next 2 weeks, we're gonna do 2 of mine, because for 2 weeks in a row it was Lauren's choice, and then from there we're just gonna do like 10 or so random ones of Lauren, and we'll choose, and then the next week it'll be chosen from a list of like 10 or so from mine. So we're gonna do back and forth, one Lauren and then one Alana week, so that because the way that we do it, we're trying to like even out the balance of the work and stuff like that. So that we're just not watching one person sing for like 5 weeks.
To have a fair and equal balance.
Yeah. So we're gonna do 2 of mine. I'm excited. And we're gonna see what we're gonna get. Ned's Declassified. Yeah. Okay. Are you excited? I'll look up best episodes of Ned's Declassified, and we'll watch those. I'm excited. I like that show. I think it's a fun show. It'll be a good time.
I think we could talk a lot about it, and
Yeah.
I liked it too. It's just that I feel like I watched it kind of recently, which I don't think I have, but I don't know. It's so fresh in my mind.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so next is Corey's New Dawn.
All right, should I count us in? 5, 6, 7, 8. Charlie's phone is here. Charlie Bone. It's Charlie Bone and the Invisible Boy. You didn't read that one? Ants and they're evil. And Billy Raven sucks. Uncle Payne's the winner. I had a good time. It was alright. And Charlie Bone, he has a hypnotized father. Charlie Bone, see you later, see you never. 10-year-old boy.
That was bad.
Well, thank you for joining us.
You just like glazed over that.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Alana.
And we're the Croy.
We are the Croy Boys.
Remember to rate iTunes.
We're on iTunes, probably. Well, no, by the time this comes out, we will be on iTunes.
You heard it here first. We also are on YouTube.
We are on YouTube on the Croy Boys. We maybe one day we'll be the number one, one search.
Number one LaCroix-based podcast channel.
Yeah,
that's our dream.
It is.
Please help us achieve it.
Yeah. Nessie Classified's next.
Yes.
Get excited.
Stay tuned. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.